vector in the direction of u is defined as u, what we call this cap, u cap here. You have u, and then cap, a vector. So to find the unit vector, u divide by the magnitude of u. So you will get the unit vector. So a vector which have length equals to 1 is called a unit vector. So after you find the unit vector, when you find the when you calculate the magnitude, you will get 1. So that is what why we call it unit vector. So let's see the example. So I'll write the formula again. U cap or unit direction of u is equals to u divided by the magnitude of u. Okay, so find the unit vector of u. Very simple, this one. So it'll be 1, 4, 2 divided by 1 squared plus 4 squared plus 2 squared. Okay, that's it. 4, 2 divided by 1 plus 16, 17 plus 4 is, what's the answer? Come on, what's the answer?
Square root 13.
Square root
No, 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 no. No, no, no.
21, madam. Square root 21.
21. Sorry.
Okay, thank you very much. So you have to separate it, okay? So 1 over square root 21, 4 over square root 21, 2 over square root 21. Okay, so that's it. So you can leave in component form like this, or you can write in IJK form. 1 over I plus 4 over square root 21J plus 2 over square root 21K. So normally I'll just leave it like this, okay? Because I don't want to write IJK. So if you try to find the magnitude of this unit vector, eventually you will get 1, must get 1. So find unit vector of u in the direction of u, okay? So I leave it as your exercise later. So next, direction cosines of angles and directions of cosines. Direction of angles and direction of cosines. Okay, if I'm going too fast or too slow, just let me know. Okay, if you have any question, just raise your hand. In the function, raise your hand, or you can speak up. So let alpha, beta, and gamma, okay, the angles that the vector OP makes with positive axis, known as the direction angles of OP. So we want to find cos alpha. So this is alpha. So cos alpha, if you still remember the formula, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, right? So alpha is here. Alpha is this one. Alpha will be x on x. So for cos alpha, it is x over OP. This is your OP, the hypotenuse. So for cos beta, y over OP, the magnitude of OP. For cos gamma, z over magnitude of OP. So you just memorize this formula. So the angle, dekat sini katanya. Alpha, beta, and gamma should be from 0 to 180 degrees. Okay, we normally will calculate in degrees. So you just memorize this formula. So direction cosine was this one. Direction angles. So direction angle is alpha only, beta only, gamma only. We don't want the cos. So you will calculate like this. Cos. Okay. We just bring cos to the right. So for beta, it will be cos inverse y over OP. The same thing for gamma. Cos inverse gamma plus Z divided by OP. Okay. So this is called direction cosine. This is direction cosine. This one is direction angle. Angles. Okay. So let us take a look at the example now. Find the direction cosines and direction angles. So this question one both, cosine and angles. So U is given 2, -1, 3. So it's already in vector form. How do we know it's vector form? Because there's an underline like this and also a triangle bracket like this. So this is vector already. So for number 1, it's given U. So U here is actually the OP that we mentioned just now. So we want to find cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. So cos alpha is the x component divided by the magnitude of U. So it's better for you to find the magnitude first. So the magnitude of U is equals to 2 squared plus -1 squared plus 3 squared. So what's the answer here?
Square root 14.
Square root 14. Okay, I trust you, yeah? So cos alpha will be x, the formula, I write the formula first, divided by magnitude of U, which is square root 14 divided by x. Here is 2, 2x component. 2 divided by square root 14. Cos beta will be y divided by magnitude of U, which is -1 divided by square root 14. The y component. This is the y component. Okay. And then cos gamma will be component z divided by the magnitude of U. So it will be 3 over square root 14. So that is direction cosine. So direction angle is we want the alpha only, beta only, and gamma only. Must come with the 3, all 3. Cannot just alpha, cannot just gamma, cannot just beta. So cos inverse 2 over square root 14. Can someone use calculator for this? Make sure your calculator is in degree mode.
Yes, 57.68.
168 degree. Is it? Give in 2 decimal
No.
places.
57.68.
Oh, sorry. 57.68. Betul? Correct?
Yeah, betul.
Okay, how about the second one? What is the value of beta?
105.5.
105 or 150?
105.5.
Again, please.
105.5 degree.
Okay. Last one, gamma.
36.
66.
36.7.
66.
30.
30.
30, yeah.
36.7, sorry. Okay, that's it. You find both the direction cosine, cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma, and also the direction angles, alpha, beta, and gamma. So that's for the first one. For the second one, what's the vector here? Is there any given vector here? What is PQ actually?
Initial point and terminal point.
Coordinate.
Yeah, it's a point, right? It's point. So we need to find a vector. So normally we find PQ. Okay, PQ. It doesn't stated here whether it's PQ, QP, which one is the initial, which one is initial point, which one is terminal point. So we assume P is the initial point, Q is the terminal point. So we want to find vector PQ. So remember, it will be OQ minus OP. So the vector will be -1, 1, and -4. Okay, so that's the vector that we want to find the direction, cosines, and direction angle. Let us let it equals to a vector V. Okay, you can just let it equals to PQ, is still the same thing. Okay, so V, now find the magnitude of V. So -1 squared plus 1 squared plus -4 squared. So the answer is square root. Square root.
18.
Very good. So we find the cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. So cos alpha is the component x divided by the magnitude. So we will use this one, okay? Not this one, or this one no more, okay? Because we have find the vector. So it will be -1 over square root 18. Cos beta, 1 over square root 18. Cos gamma, -4 over square root 18. So that's it. So to find your alpha, the angles, direction angles will be cos inverse of the answer. So you just press your calculator. 1 over square root 18 cos inverse . Okay, what's the answer for the first one? What is alpha?
103.63.
0.63. Good. How about beta? What's the answer for beta?
76.
76.37.
76.37. Okay, normally after the points, we will not use 37 to 100. Okay, after the decimal point, we'll just mention 372163. Okay, new knowledge, huh? So how about gamma?
160.25.
150 point
160.
16.
Yeah.
60.
60.
160.
160.
Once, 160 point
53.
53.
53. Okay, not 53. Yeah, 53. Okay, very good. So that's it for direction cosines and direction angles. So I hope you can differentiate which one is direction cosines, which one is direction angles. Okay, direction cosine is the one with the cos, cos alpha, cos beta, cos gamma. Direction angles is without the cos, alpha, beta, gamma. Sometimes you just want direction cosines. You don't want direction angles. So just find the cos. If asked for direction angles, you need to solve until you get alpha, beta, and gamma. So is there any question on this? Okay, senang je kan, just follow the formula. So I leave the exercise as your homework later on. So I give the question, I upload the question in the classroom, okay, no worry. So now a little bit more, dot product. So before this, you have learned on how to add, subtract, and do scalar operation for vectors, okay, in the video that you have to watch. Now, scalar product meaning you want to multiply a vector with a vector. Before this, a vector with a scalar, a number. Now vector with vector. So how are you going to do it? So by applying this. So if you have A dot B, where the element of A is A1, A2, A3, for B, B1, B2, B3. So you have to multiply A1 multiplied by B1 plus A2 multiplied by B2, okay, and then plus A3 multiplied by B3. Must be addition, plus, 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 no subtraction, okay, unless when you multiply you get negative, so it will be negative lah here. But the original formula is addition. So that's the rule for dot product, or sometimes you call scalar product. So what is the result of scalar or dot product? The result must be a scalar, a number. So meaning when you do perform dot product, you must get a number only. If you get vector, meaning your calculation is wrong. Okay, the concept is wrong. So when you multiply a vector, dot with vector, you must get a number, a scalar. Okay, no more vector. So let's try to do this one. Number 1, u dot v. U is 2, negative 3, 1. V is 0, negative 2, 3. So for number 1, we want to find u dot v. The underline here is very important, yeah. You cannot miss it because it means a scalar. To differentiate a vector with a scalar, we use the underline. So make sure you don't miss it. So u dot v will be 2, negative 3, 1, dot 0, negative 2, 3. So 2 times 0 is 0 plus negative 3 times negative 2 is 6 plus 1 times 3 is 3. So just add them together, you get it equals to 9. So see, you just get a number. For number 2, negative 2u dot v. So which one you want to perform first? Is it negative 2 times u first or u dot v first? Which one?
Negative u, negative 2 time u.
Okay. Okay, let's do that. Negative 2 u dot v. Okay. Negative 2 multiplied by the vector u 2, negative 3, 1. Multiply by 0, negative 2. Okay, so it will be negative 4, 6, negative 2. So the answer would be 0, 6, negative 4 times 0 is 0, plus 6 times negative 2 is negative 12, plus negative 2 times 3 is negative 6. So the answer will be negative 18. So can you do u dot v first and then you multiply by negative 2? Can or not?
Can, madam.
No.
Can.
Because it's still a multiplication, right? It's multiplication. And also the operation inside here is addition. So it will not change the value. So yes, you can. You can do the dot product first and you multiply by negative 2. That's one of the properties of the vector. So these are the exercise. I'll give you as homework later. Okay, so these are the properties. So u dot v equals to v dot u. It doesn't matter which one you put on the front. Okay. So this is associative. Okay, here, this one, the example just now. It's the same. Whether you multiply, whether you perform u dot v first or you multiply k u first, you still get the same thing. So these are the properties of dot product. You can go through one by one. So if u dot v equals to 0, we say the vector u and v are orthogonal. What does orthogonal means? Is a synonym of orthogonal. Anyone? Come on, anyone. What is meant by orthogonal? U and V are orthogonal. No? No one know this answer?
Angle.
Huh?
Angle.
Like X and Y axis.
Yeah, like X and Y axis. What do we call that? It is perpendicular. Perpendicular. Very good, like X and Y axis. Okay, U, V. Okay. If you perform the dot product, you got it equals to 0, we can say that U and V are perpendicular to each other, orthogonal to each other. Okay. How do we know that U and V are parallel to each other? How do we know that they are parallel?
Same vector.
When we can write U in terms of a scalar V. For example, V is equals to 2U, for example. Okay. So you can find a parallel vector here. For example, V equals to 1, 1, 1. So U is 2, 2, 2. Okay. So they are actually parallel. Okay. So vector U 1, 1, 1 is parallel to vector 2, 2, 2. Okay, next. Okay, when you learn dot product, we can find the angle between two vectors. The angle between two vectors can be found using this formula. Cos theta is equals to u dot v divided by the magnitude of u times magnitude of v. So if the vector lies on the same parallel line or parallel to each other, then theta is equals to 0. Theta is equals to 0. Okay, it's logic, but it's parallel to each other. How can you find the angle between them? It must be 0. It will never intersect each other. Okay, so to find angle between vector, we just use the formula u dot v divided by the magnitude of u times magnitude of v. So meaning you need to find the magnitude of u first, find magnitude of v first, then substitute in the formula. Okay, now find the angles between u and v. So the formula just now, cos theta is equals to u dot v divided by magnitude of u times magnitude of v. Okay, so for number 1, you find the magnitude of u first. find magnitude of V first. So you get 1 squared plus negative 2 squared plus 3 squared. Okay, V 2 squared plus 3 squared plus 4 squared. So the answer would be 1 plus 4, 5, 5 plus 9 is square root 14. This one, 4 times 9, and 4 plus 9 is 13, 13 plus 4 squared. 29, right? Okay. So cos theta is equals to, you need to perform the dot product first. Okay, we do the dot product first. U dot V is equals to 2 and 1, 2, 3 dot product with 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 2 plus negative 6 plus 12, which is equals to 8 here. Okay. So cos theta is equals to 8 divided by square root 14 square root 29. So the angles mean we want the vector, we want the theta only. Okay. So theta is equals to cos inverse. You can just straight away use your calculator. So theta equals to So what do you get? Anyone? Do you know how to press your calculator?
66.7.
Yeah, right. 66.6
Yeah.
degrees. So that's the angle between U and V. It's about 66.61 degree. So number 2. So you see here, it's actually 2, 4, 0, 0, negative 3, negative 6. You can find a relation between U and V, which is V is equals to 2U, right? And V is, you can write like this. 2, 2, 0, negative 3.
Madam, tak nampak madam tulis apa.
Tak nampak sebab kecil ke apa?
Okey, nampak.
Tak keluar? It's okay. For U, you find vector, find magnitude of U, find magnitude of V, and then find U dot V. Magnitude of U is 2 squared plus 0 squared plus negative 3 squared square root. Magnitude of V, 4 squared plus 0 squared plus negative 6 squared. So what's the answer here? 4 plus 9 is square root 15. Here 16 plus 36. Square root 52. So now U dot V, 2, 0, negative 3 dot 4, 0, negative 6. So the answer will be 8 plus 80, which is equals to 26. So kalau saya beritahu cos theta is equals to 26 divided by square root 13 times square root 52. So your theta will be cos inverse 26 divided by square root 13 times square root 52. So theta is equals to cos inverse 1, right? Which is equals to 0. See? Because these two vectors are parallel to each other. So that's why we get the angle is equals to 0. Okay? See, they are parallel. Meaning you can find a relation between the two vectors. In this case, V is equals to 2U. So they are parallel. Okay, is there any question on this, on how to find angles between two vectors by using dot product? Ada soalan tak? There is another method by using cross product. We will learn it in next class.